I guarantee after you finish watching this whole fucking video, you're gonna lose a lot of weight. You wanna stop looking like Rick Ross, right? And turn into Johnny Cage, right? Well, watch this fucking video. Alright, so this is, in a nutshell, basically how to lose weight. Because I always say this, if I can do it, you can do it. Now, I used to be fat. I used to be 200 pounds, and now I'm 150. So we're just gonna get to that. First of all, before we even give the tips and all of the things to eat and stuff like that, I'm just gonna give you background information. Because you watch these commercials on TV, you know, people like Jennifer Hudson, and they're basically like, oh yeah, I did this and that, when really they could have probably had a movie deal and they couldn't lose the weight in time, so they got a surgery. You don't know what's going through them. So I'm gonna give you my whole background information, so you know everything about me, you know where I'm coming from and all that. So I really started to get big in, like, not skinny, get big and fat around 6th grade. I was always the tallest person in my class up until 6th grade. After that, I was really known as the biggest person. And it didn't really bother me at the time, because I've always been the guy that had a lot of friends and could make people laugh. But I never really seen a point to hang out, you know. I just go home and play my game. So I'll just go to conclusions here. The stuff I used to eat were terrible. You know how when you're kids, of course you're gonna eat terrible. You're not gonna be a full-fledged vegetarian at 5th grade unless you just got that discipline. But the stuff I was eating was crazy. Like I'd wake up for breakfast. I'd probably have like some waffles with syrup, of course, some bacon, turkey bacon, grits with cheese, and you know, just shit like that. And this is going to school. Now when I ate lunch at school, I had cold lunch. So we're gonna say those little Oreo crackers that say they're like less calories and, you know, fat free, when really they just have a tad bit less calories than the regular Oreos, which is a ripoff. I had some grapes, chips, and I think that was it, and something else. But when I got back home is really when the damage was done. This was like the 10-hit combo. This was the Hadouken that you don't want to get hit by, the Super Hadouken. And I used to have things from Nathan's, like 2 hot dogs and a large order of fries. And then, you know, as I got older into the 8th grade and so forth, 7th grade and so forth, I would upgrade that to like order a chicken strips with 2 hot dogs and some french fries. You know, with KFC, black motherfucker gotta eat his chicken. I'd have some a chicken pot pie with french fries and chicken strips. And in Popeyes, I'd have a what do you call it, the chicken strips with fries. And then as I got older, I added popcorn shrimp to that meal. And we're not even gonna forget the large soda you get. You know, if you want to do damage and get that critical hitting, you're getting that large soda. So basically, all the stuff I'm trying to say is, I was a fat person. I ate a lot, and I was always the guy that I always wanted to lose weight. Like it was never a time where I'd just be like, oh fuck it, I just keep eating. If I kept eating, I kind of feel miserable about it later on. Now, what else I want to get into is basically what to eat. Now, what I ate was basically whole wheat pasta. You know, I turned vegetarian, just put it that way. Basically whole wheat pasta with broccoli, cauliflower, and a plate of fruit. What I'm gonna tell you is this, man. I still do. I eat the same thing, the same shit I just listed to you for dinner every day. You know that, and I still do that. But you want to get yourself some Greek yogurt. Chobani's Greek yogurt actually doesn't matter, but just get Greek yogurt. You don't want to get no processed food. So you know how you're like, oh mom, I don't want to get no hot pocket, so let me get a lean pocket. Well, guess what? Processed food is still bad for you. You know, you may be doing yourself a little bit more justice by not getting a lean pocket, by not getting a hot pocket, getting a lean pocket, but it's still not good for you, and it's not good for weight loss. So you know, you want to stay away from all those shits you see in the freezers. Always know this: if it's gonna be homemade, it's always the best. Because when it's homemade, you can put however much shit you want in it. You know, it's all based on what you want. You customize your own shit. So that's really all I have about food, because I eat the same thing every day, so I can't really give you a department in food. Crash diets is something else I want to get into. So a crash diet is basically when you surf the internet and you're like, oh, I want to lose the weight, you know, I want to be nice and slim and look like Johnny Cage by the summer, so I can fuck the bitches and live like the guys in Project X. And as you look up these things, you start to stumble upon these articles that promote crash diet. A crash diet is basically where you eat less than what you do, or you eat something for a long period of time, and it guarantees you weight loss in a short amount of time. The most popular one being the cabbage soup diet, which is something I almost got into. So in a nutshell, the cabbage soup diet is basically you eating different variations of the cabbage soup. So one day you'll have cabbage soup, one day you'll have cabbage soup with a lot of beef, one day you'll have cabbage soup with no beef, you know, so forth. And in that week you're expected to lose 14 pounds. The thing about it is, the shit works, but what you're losing is water weight. And water weight is, you know, that's throwaway weight. No one cares about that. Thing about water weight is, when you eat again, you put it back on faster. And water weight is not something that when lost will alter your appearance. So you may be 200 pounds and lose like 180 after the cabbage soup diet. But if your man titties are still there and you still got that beer gut, don't say I didn't warn you. So crash diets are no. What else did I want to get into? I also want to get into motivation. You know, what motivates you? What's going to motivate you to do this? Or basically, what motivated me? Now, if you got a wide open mind, you know, you can have these dreams, or you can just have a visualization in your head, then you're good to go, you know, because that's what really set me aside from all these other people that were trying to lose weight. I don't want to sound weird here, but basically, you know, my boy Mike Posner, baby, please don't go. And when his mixtape The Layover came out, it was this one song called Rocket Man. It was a remake of Elton John's Rocket Man, I think that's the name. And I would have like a dream, not a dream because I'm not asleep, but I would have a vision. And you know, as I'm listening to this song, I could picture myself at a airplane station, because I never rode an airplane before at the time, and I'm waiting on an airplane, you know, about to board the plane to Florida, thinking about how nice everything is gonna be and shit like that. And when you think about that, it may not give you as much motivation, but you can picture yourself like with that weight loss in your head. You can just have those broad generalizations, you know. I guess you guys don't listen to Mike Posner. Most of my fans, you probably listen to rap. So, you know, when A$AP Rocky and Rick Ross are talking about fucking bitches, picture you with no weight, with, you know, with your weight loss, fucking bitches. Like, if you got a great visualization and you can picture things pretty perfectly, then, you know, weight loss is gonna be pretty easy if you can just picture a lot of things. What I also wanted to get into is parents. Now, the thing about this is, before I get into parents, what you want to do when you're trying to lose the weight, always kick your fucking ass. Kick your ass in the gear. Don't give yourself no recognition. Weigh yourself every 2 weeks. So when I mean kick your ass and no recognition, I don't mean like in 4 to 8 weeks you'll lose 10 pounds and then you'll just kick yourself in the balls and be like, go harder, you need more weight loss. You know, not that. Like, okay, so basically the way I did it was, I would lose 2 pounds every 2 weeks. And was it? Yeah, every 2 weeks. And when I would get to one of my goals that I set, I'd be happy for that day. But then after that day, I wouldn't even have that weight in mind. I'm on to the next goal. I'm always on to the next shit. I kick my ass. You know, and another thing is, that's what I mean by kicking your ass. Also, I don't believe in cheating. You know, cheating, I don't believe in. A diet now is a such thing as cheating when this is part of your lifestyle. But cheating when you're on a diet doesn't really make sense. Because put it this way, And it's just making logical sense out of things. People complain about how they want to lose weight in this amount of time, usually the summer, because they want to go shirtless and stuff. But then they want to eat all of this bad food on the weekends because it tastes good. I mean, yeah, it is good. I guess you could get like a cheap thing in your body once, but that's just slowing down the process to me. I thought that if I want to get from point A to point B in the shortest amount of time, in the easiest amount of time, I'm just going to take out what's been plaguing me the whole time, and that was the unhealthy food. So I just say banish all unhealthy food. Put it in the dungeon. You know, put it in, just put it away. Take it away. I don't believe in cheating at all. What else can I say? It's gonna be with, alright, so with parents, I'll just go to the parents thing. Fucking tired. The thing about parents is, at least mine for instance, they'll always do everything in their power to make you happy. You know, your parents may get on your nerves at times, they may do this, they may do that, but in reality, they are either doing it because they love you, oh yeah, because they love you. And they're always gonna do their best to make you seem happy. So if you go to your mom and you're like, Mom, do I look fat in these jeans? She's gonna be like, oh no, you look skinny, nice skinny, when you damn well know you look like a walrus in those jeans. So I'm not gonna say don't listen to your parents, but don't take their opinion as like your first thing. You know, you may ask your parents and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. But in my opinion, you don't really get the real feedback from people until it's from the people that used to make fun of you, like the people that may have called you fat, something like that. You know, when I was walking around the house, my grandma never called me a fat Rick Ross looking bitch. You know, that never really happened. I was never compared to Rick Ross and Beanie Siegel and motherfuckers like that walking in my household. So yeah, don't really take your parents' opinion as like a first thing. Let that be the last result. What I also wanted to get at was also again my life. To all my fat people out there that are really trying to lose this weight, I know what you feel like. You know, those times when you joke around with your friends. And you know, like I said, I have a lot of friends. I'm not trying to brag, I'm going, you know, BKV2 NATION. But, and I'm like the class clown, not the class clown, but I'm always making you laugh. Crazy guy. But I just don't hang out with people. I don't do that type of shit. But, yeah, and you know how you like make jokes with your friends, like, you know, form a little circle and you just make jokes amongst each other. And you know, you got that one joke saved for each person. You're like, oh, when it's my turn, I'm about to catch this motherfucker with some heat. And you know that over a period of time, the jokes are going to be used, and you know what joke is going to be used towards you. So with me, I had nice clothes, I had True Religion and Polo, so I know nothing was going to be cracked on about my clothes or what I wear. They don't really know about my lifestyle, what goes on in my house, what revolves around my family, so they wouldn't go there. The only logical thing to talk about would be how fat I was. And that's exactly what they would do. And it would be in a funny demeanor, like they don't mean harm. Like, you know, we'd have a rap battle at the lunch table, and you'll go like, yo, you whack, you need to go run some track. And well, you know, it's not funny, you play it off and laugh because that's just your thing. And I know how all of that feels, you know. I remember in science class, I used to be in living environment class in 9th grade, and he'd be like, just lose weight, be healthy and stuff like that. And you know, one of my friends, or you know, I was always looking around the class, and that's when I got that gut feeling like, oh, somebody's gonna point at me or somebody's gonna look at me, because you just feel weird. You feel weird in that type of atmosphere. Like, it's just you don't want that. You don't really want that. You know, and like I said, if I could do it, you could do it. I'm the most pickiest eater of all fucking time. You're just the most pickiest eater. It doesn't get no more pickier than me. If this part of the food touches this part of the food, I don't want it. Throw it in the fucking trash. And all I did was eat one thing the whole entire time. So, you know, If I can do it, you can do it. I know you fat guys feel, man. Like, I couldn't wear no shirt. When I wore a short sleeve shirt, I wore a short sleeve shirt under that shirt. So I have like my black Hello I'm Awesome shirt with like a white Kirkland t-shirt under it. Just cause I didn't want my boobs like showing. To be showing that much. Now I know how that feels. And the thing about it is, this is one thing that everyone like you hear on TV and stuff, that everyone says is true. And you gotta hear this out. If you can picture what you're gonna look like after this weight loss, if you already have that broad visualization in your head and it's right there, the only thing left is for you to chase it. You know, if you can picture that, just ride the road down. It is nothing. Is nothing stopping you. That's really like what everyone talks about out of all those lies. That's really that. Now also, before I end this video, I just wanted to get into things like a personal trainer and, you know, people who give you tips and stuff like that. I had a nutritionist, still have him, Gabriel Oliveira, you're the fucking man. Add him on Facebook if you want. The thing about personal trainers is this: they're great. You know, they have licenses to do this shit. They have outstanding bodies. You know, they're great for what they do. But the thing about a personal trainer is that person is not with you the whole day. That person is not with you when you're taking a piss. That person is not with you when you're dropping the H-bomb in the toilet. That person is not with you for 5 hours of the day even, you know. So you may finish your workout with that personal trainer. He may be like, okay, go eat some broccoli and carrots when you get back home and your workout will be finished. That's a nice way to top off your workout. And then you go ahead and order some Popeyes with like a large chicken dinner. You know, that's the thing. You need discipline. If you got enough discipline, more than enough discipline, you're gonna lose the weight easier and you're gonna lose it faster. So with that said, this is the word of advice. This whole fucking video has been a word of advice. This is the word of advice. Discipline is key to losing this weight. This is what you need. You know, kick your ass as much. Whenever you see something unhealthy to eat and you really want it, think about, if you're a guy, think about those hot, sexy white girls that's gonna be in that summer heat on that beach, chilling with their titties out and shit. And think about how you're gonna want to take that shirt off. Well, think about how you're gonna fuck a girl and she tells you to take her shirt off, because she's gonna get like 10 times more horny, and that's 10 times more the fascination. And then she sees your belly and she just walks out. Think about how many times you gotta piss and you can't see your fucking penis because your belly is in the way. Girls, think about that hot Calvin Klein model that's on the front cover of the magazines that you want to get with. Think about the fucking men that's on those stupid ass Hollister bags. I didn't even want to talk about it. But with that said, BKV2 British Kid V2 out, and I hope this guide has helped you. And if, you know, when you lose this weight, months later, message me and be like, BKV2, I fucking